You will not kill my allies.
You are a boulder, I'm a mountain.
Revive me, Jet. Revive me, Jet. Revive me, Jet. I am both shield and sword. Remember that. Fire in the hole.
We're live. I get excited when we go live. All right, guys, welcome to the Ravassa Twitch. We are here with Naomi Yang, the voice of Sage in Valorant. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you today? It's 8 p.m. in London.
It is. It's dark. It's cold. I've had quite a busy day rushing around. So it's quite nice to just, come back and do this.
Everyone's excited. They're like, Sage, oh my God, she's beautiful in the comments. Her voice, she's so pretty.
It's a crazy kind of, like, I think when I did the job, like, I didn't realize how big it was going to be. And it's been, it's so nice having all these fans in the game. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this, guys. So all of you watching, I want you to know that Naomi has incredible film and TV career. Go to her imdb.com right now to check it out, and we ask questions about that. But this is your first video game that kind of throws you into that world to understand what that's all about. So I'm really curious as to how the first audition was, if you knew what the heck Riot Games was, if you knew it was going to be such a big game, all that kind of stuff, and the process of the beginnings of everything.
Yeah, well, I guess, so I have a voice agent, and it was just sort of, there's this audition for a video game, didn't have any idea what it was for. And, they were, when I went there, they were talking to me about, it's you work as a team, and it's like, and I had no basis of like knowledge because I'm not a gamer. And so I was just like, okay, sure. Like, no, I kind of get that. But they were like, Sage is like talking about her, and I was like, that sounds really cool. And because I don't game and I hadn't auditioned for a video game before, I just sort of pitched it it's whatever came out that day, really.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that nervous because I was like, well, I don't really know. I have nothing to compare to. Yeah. And then I kind of forgot about it for a while. And then it was a few weeks before they were like, oh, we really liked her. And now we're going to get some people from the States to listen in for a recall. So then I had a second meeting, and and they were like, we love your voice and we think it's great. And and then I kind of got the job. But even after doing the job, it was ages before it kind of came out, right? And then I remember when it first came out, I had no idea it even came out. And in the first few weeks, they had that thing called like the beta key, or like the beta
testing. Yeah.
So like only a few people, or like, I don't know, hardcore gamers or whatever, got that key. And one of my friends that I know won, and he was like, I just checked this, and this is your voice. I was like, oh yeah, I did a thing. I did this thing last year. And he was like, dude, it's huge. And I was like, oh, is it? And he was like, yeah, dude, it's huge. And then it was kind of like, I don't know, a little while after that before it just properly came out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
And since then Carolina-ravassa reached out to you on Twitter, and you go, what the hell is this woman? Were you confused? Were you just like...
Because I don't really do things like this, I suppose, and I had to like go on I was like, oh, she's done other videos, and so then I was like, okay,
she's not a nut job.
I am so I'm totally that person. Like if someone calls me from a number I don't know, I'm just like, I don't answer it. But I was like, oh, okay, this actually sounds really cool now. But before I looked it up, I was like, I don't know.
No, I know, and it can be scary. I think that when you're like, what's Twitch? That's not in my wheelhouse. Or what are these online interviews or in front of fans?
I think Twitch. I'd only heard of Twitch fairly recently, so but it's huge. But I was like, I don't really know what it is.
Guys, the chat watching, for you guys, Twitch is like the most normal thing, and you're probably on it so much watching gameplay. But I have so many friends that I'll be like, I've been doing these interviews on Twitch, and they're like, what's Twitch? And I'm like, so it's like this YouTube for gamers. So they would love to hear. I think I like sprinkling voice lines throughout the hang as we get to know you and whatever. And we would like to hear some Sage in a British accent, because that seems fun too. So one of the ones they've requested is "You will not kill my ally."
Oh, I think this is quite like a You will not kill my allies.
Do you have some off the top of your head that you'd like to share?
I remember the first line I did for the very first audition. It was, I am both shield and sword. Remember that. And I was like, ooh, I like it.
Dude, she's spicy. She's got some, she's a warrior.
You are a boulder. I am a mountain.
Yeah, dude, that's so good. You are a boulder, I'm a mountain.
It's good listening to someone else do it, right?
So another line is stand tall. We are Valorant. We are fighters.
Oh, stand tall. We are Valorant. We are fighters.
I love her already. Oh my God. There's something very sweet, but real badass about her.
She is sweet though. Like I remember, so when I had to do a day for Valorant during lockdown and I was at my mum's, one of the lines was like, it was like a really aggressive, harsh line. And I just couldn't, for some reason, maybe I just spent too much time around like my mum and stuff.
Oh.
I couldn't get there. And then like, they were like, oh, it's okay. Like maybe Sage just can't get there. And I felt really bad because I was like, no, I can do it. But I think it's just my personality.
Well, but you know what though? That's what's so beautiful about Zach and Dave, who David wanted me to say hi because he had a great time directing you. And he said that you walked in and you just walked in with Sage. Like he was
well, he's a great director and makes you feel very comfortable. So I was kind of just able to just sort of run with it. But like he's so encouraging. So like you do something like, yes, yeah, more of that, or try this. But he's super encouraging.
The thing with David and Zach is that they understand that they've written something, they're expecting something, and then they're not expecting something. They might imagine something, and then you walk in and you do your thing, and it's like, maybe Sage just doesn't have it in her to say that line, and that's okay. And we cut the line. They're not just like waiting for you to hit it, and that's really encouraging for actors,
Yeah, no, they were great to work with.
Let's talk about the fact that you were a school teacher before you became an actress.
I know.
That is super rad, and I want to hear that kind of process of transformation. Yeah,
so I was a primary school teacher in London for a few years. And then, I got into acting. It was quite a non-traditional route, I guess. I saw an open audition for this film. And it was looking for someone that spoke English and Mandarin and was in their like early 20s, which I was at the time. And that was enough for me to be like, oh, that's me.
Yeah.
And also loads of other people. But I was like, oh, cool, that's me. So I emailed them and they're like, oh, come to this open audition. And it was like 12 of us. We're all going for different parts. It was like when it's an open audition, a big group thing, they were like, oh, and just, I want you to now do an interpretive dance of your morning, how you got here. And I was like,
what did I get myself into?
No, I'm not doing that. Obviously I did it. But I was like, I'm not enjoying this at all. And so I did it, I had the audition and I went away and kind of didn't think about it. And then I got invited back like 2, 3, 4 times, somehow got the job, took all my holiday to do the job, and then went back to teaching. And it was about a year and a half before the film came out. And I remember my agent, who I'm with now, got a hold of my details somehow and emailed me and was like, do you want representation? And I was like, no.
What?
And actually with my agent, I then emailed the only person that I knew that was vaguely related to an agent, which was the casting director on this film. And I was like, hey, this woman's emailed me. Is she legit? Like in the same way that I kind of did with...
Yeah. Well, you have to. You got to do your research.
So, do you know who she is? And she's like, yeah, I do. She's a legit agent. But I was like, no, I don't want representation because I'm a primary school teacher. And so we left at that. And she was like, okay. I went back to teaching. And then I finished. This was like beginning of the year. So I had a whole 6-7 months left of teaching before the summer holidays. Got to the end of the year and then was like, maybe I could give it a go. I mean, how hard can it be? I've had one audition and I got the job.
Little did you know.
I know. So then I was like, well, I'll quit teaching for a year and I can always go back. And then, little did I know, it's impossible to get a job most of the time. But I stuck with it, and that was like 7 years ago.
Holy cow. A lot of the chat saying that they would love to go to school if Sage was their teacher.
Oh, that's very sweet.
I wonder if some of your ex-students know that you're Sage now.
Yeah.
They would probably be so happy.
Yeah, I wonder, they might not know, but they definitely probably do play. There was a lot of gamers in that every boy in my class was like, when I grow up, I want to be a gamer. And I was like, how about something else as well? Nowadays Twitch live streamers, you make a good living, so absolutely. Revive me, Jet. Is that one of the lines?
No.
Oh, it's not. It's like, I don't remember doing that line.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 times, revive me, Jet.
However you like, yes.
Okay. Revive me, Jet. Revive me, Jet. Revive me, Jet.
Guys, we did it! Can you say, I am not just your healer? That is
I am not just your healer. Yeah, these lines, you haven't said them in so long. It's like, oh yeah, dude. But they're in your body,
Well, dude, we recorded, I mean, at least 300 or 400 lines, So, okay, so my character's Raze. She's an insane Brazilian whom I love dearly. And they want you to say some of Sage's lines in Jet's accent, in Sage's voice.
Okay.
So maybe you and take your own spin on it. So obviously the fun intonation I give it doesn't have to happen. Here comes the party.
Here comes the party.
She's so cute. And fire in the hole. Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole. The hole.
Yes.
What is that? What's the context there?
When you throw some bombs down and.
Okay. Fire in the hole.
Raze line referring to Sage. That Sage is mine. She builds walls. I take them down. Oh, so you know how we can build our teams and then there can be a Sage on each team?
Yeah.
So sometimes there are lines referring to the other Sage, not the one that's on your team, and I think those are funny too. So the chat is asking for you to do some Mercy voice lines, another video game character in Overwatch, but I'm not sure. Are they similar? Is it because they're healers? What's the dealio? Tell me. Heroes never die. Okay, can you say heroes never die?
Heroes never die.
I'm telling you, man, you could say the worst thing, satchel out is one of Raze's lines. Satchel out.
Satchel out.
Yeah, satchel.
Like the bag?
Yeah.
Satchel out.
Okay, there we go, chat. Hope you're excited. So maybe you could say as Sage, obliterated.
Obliterated. What did I say?
You're so sweet, damn it! They're saying nothing Sage says can sound evil. She's so gentle. She's gentle, but she's she's snaky, right? You freaking...
she's always just guys, stop messing around.
You get stuff done, absolutely. So I do say, surrounded by minha familia. There's nothing we can't do.
Surrounded by minha familia. There's nothing we can't do.
She's so cute. So they're asking again what you knew about Valorant before you auditioned. You really knew nothing. It was just, in a nutshell, because I know we already covered this, but...
Knew nothing. Honestly, nothing. It was just, I think they mentioned Riot Games. Never heard of them. Went in, and it was Have
you ever heard of a game called League of Legends? Just spoken around.
I've heard of it.
Oh, okay.
I'd heard of that game. I'd heard of Fortnite. And then actually during lockdown, I got myself a Nintendo Switch and I was playing Animal Crossing. That is the extent of my...
Hey, that's more than me, man. I really don't. Mario Karts when I was 7. Your duty is
not over.
What has been one of your most favorite roles that you've worked on that you've just cherished so much and that you connected with? And
honestly, Valorant is the most fun I've had.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Honestly, it's just so much fun, and since it's come out, and I'm just not realizing how big it was and how many people loved it and all the fans, and you're just this is just such a nice world to be part of. I haven't really been involved with anything like that before, because I usually just do British TV, which is good, but it's I suppose it's a certain audience. We're quite a small country, and Whereas this is like a worldwide thing, and people playing from all over just being like, I'm main Sage, or like, I didn't even know what that meant at the beginning. And I could guess, but I was like, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Finding out that Sage had been nerfed. Okay. And I was like, oh God.
What does nerfed mean?
Terrible. Poor Sage. Like multiple times. I was like, stop making her weaker.
They're asking if you'll try to play Valorant at some point, and if you would play Sage.
I will try at some point. I don't have a PC. You can only play on the PC, right?
Yes, PC only. They're letting us know.
Okay.
For the noobs / non-gamers.
Okay. I'll need to go to a friend's, but I plan to.
If you do it, you should film yourself or find a way to do a Twitch live stream with somebody that can do it, because people do love everything about watching voice actors trying to play their characters. They want you to say your homework is not over because you were a teacher.
Your homework is not over? Is that what it is?
Yes.
All right. Your homework is not over.
Awesome! Thank you for coming on. Dude, this has been really great. Naomi, if you have any questions on any video game stuff that I can help you with, I'm happy to. Everyone loves you so much. They're thanking you for coming. A lot of cool comments.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Yeah, from all over the world. It's
super cool. Awesome, guys. So keep booming and booping. Boop.